Kevin Feige on bringing the mutant era into the MCU. We have characters from the X-Men world, the mutants, we haven't had access to before. So this is the beginning of that, and every movie post Deadpool and Wolverine will be the mutant era coming into the MCU. Yeah, so President of Marvel Studios Kevin Feige has been going around doing interviews for Deadpool and Wolverine and has been tearing pop culture news up by giving fans so many juicy nuggets of news to talk about, such as Blade seemingly being R-rated or the potential release of the Nova series. But for me, the biggest thing I want to talk about is the future of the MCU and how it's entering its mutant era, because there are just so many speculations, theories, and discussions trying to make sense of this mutant era. Like, more people are trying to make sense of this than people trying to make sense of how Justin Trudeau is still the Prime Minister of Canada. But for me, in my opinion, I love that Marvel is going nuts to butts with mutants in the next saga of Marvel movies, because it just sounds fresh, it sounds creative, but most of all, it's the beginning of something new. And the reason why I say this is because, hot take, I low-key want the Avengers era to officially end with Secret Wars. And the next era of Marvel, I kind of hope that the massive crossover movies be something else that isn't Avengers based, such as Ultimate Alliance or something like that. And also, Marvel doesn't need to reboot, they just need to start fresh somehow, because they very well know that consuming 19 years of Marvel lore to watch the next Marvel movie doesn't make sense, especially for the next generation that wants to start watching Marvel stuff. But what I don't want is for the next saga to exist just to serve the X-Men. That doesn't make sense when you're introducing so many non-X-Men characters that need further development. Like, the other side of the Marvel universe, such as magic, has barely been explored. And that is why my theory is that I don't think the next saga will be called the Mutant Saga. I think mutants will obviously be the big dog saving the day like the Avengers, but it won't be called the Mutant Saga, especially considering that Feige referred to the mutants' presence as an era. But overall, this sounds hype, and in the end, just make good movies, especially Secret Wars. Like, none of this can happen if Secret Wars isn't good.